starts here, folks. The countdown to the Champions League final starts today as we look forward to the first round qualifying for, of course, this year's tournament. Who's going to go a step closer? Who's going to go home? Of course, the first leg picks coming at you next. That's right, folks. Bam's giving a prediction video today. We're taking a look at the UEFA Champions League 2022-2023 first round qualifying. That's right, of course, it is the early stages of this year's tournament. Who's actually going to get themselves a little bit closer and who's going to actually tumble already at the first hurdle. We'll take a look at it, all of it in a minute. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons, guys. Of course, if you're new, where have you been, boys? Smash your subscribe to keep bang up to date. All things Rovers related, World Cup related, and of course, Champions League related, especially from the early stages. Today, we're going to jump in the deep end, of course, and have a look at the games that are going to take place this coming week. That's, of course, July the 5th. Not too long away, actually, so make sure you jump in. And what I'm asking you today is put your predictions in down below. We're not going to count these for any prediction leagues. We're going to wait till the actual group tournament kicks on, because why? We're dabbling with something a bit different this year. It's called Super Brew. If you haven't checked it all out, make sure you do so. But anyway, today it's all about just having a bit of fun. Get your name in lights, of course, and if you do get your predictions in, I'll try and showcase some of them, depending on how many we have. We'll have a look at what you guys are thinking. But anyway, let's get into it then. So take a look at the games. Of course, if you haven't seen my Conference League video, check it all out. Fortunately, it's only these guys, so nice and sweet. And let's get into the deep end. Of course, hang on a minute. I've got to get myself in prime time position here, so I've got to get all my data readily available. So make sure you get involved. And while you're waiting, smash your subscribe to keep bang up to date with all things, of course, Champions League related and all that. Here we go then, jump at the deep end, kick it all off with Pyunik FC up against CFR Cluj. I have some odds on here, guys, but of course not much. Pyunik coming out of Armenia up against CFR Cluj coming out of Romania. That's right. Now these two nations clubs have never played each other, according to my eyes. 75% form for Pyunik up against the CFR Cluj side, just one defeat of the past six. 83% form heading into this match. Of course, Pyunik did play. They did play Alishket Yerevan also, of course, recently in the top flight there. 28th of May, that was the last game of the season against the CFR Cluj side, who did beat Partizan Belgrade, 1-0 win for them. Of course, first leg will be over in Armenia, the second leg will be over in CFR Cluj, and the second leg will be on the 13th of July. Which way will I go on this one? I'm going to go with a Cluj victory here. Of course, I like Cluj. They're a decent side, and of course, managed by Dan Petrescu, of course, formerly of Premier League way back when. So because for us, it is Malmö up against Víkingur Reykjavík. Of course, Malmö coming out of Sweden. Of course, we are a little bit close to these guys right now, up against the Víkingur Reykjavík coming out of Iceland. Now Malmö, of course, were once managed by Blackburn Rovers manager now, of course, John Dahl Thomason, so we got a little bit of soft spot for them. This is Víkingur Reykjavík. Of course, they never played each other, according to my eyes, but we'll lock horns on the 5th of July in Sweden for the first leg. 67% form for Malmö, just one defeat past 5, up against the Reykjavik side of Víkingur Reykjavík, unbeaten in the last 6, of course, 6 wins on the bounce, including a 3-0 win over KR Reykjavik. That was back on July the 1st in the Icelandic top flight. We were Malmö coming into this on the back of a loss against Sundsvall in a very difficult Swedish league. We got to big up the Swedish league. Got no odds on this one, but of course taking place on the 5th of July. Second leg will take place on the 12th. Going to go with a win for Malmö. Of course, we are 3-1 win for them to take it to the house. Next, of course, we have PFC Ludogorets Razgrad up against Shkupi. That's also taking place on 5th of July as well. Ludogorets Razgrad coming out of Bulgaria. Shkupi coming out of Montenegro. According to my eyes, of course, Ludogorets 75% form heading into this. Just one defeat past 6 for them up against the Shkupi side, who have just won once in the last 6. 25% form for them. Of course, that one win was a 4-1 win over Radnic. It was a friendly, but they come into this on the back of a 1-0 loss against FK Žalgiris, of course, back on the 28th of June. That was an away game. Meanwhile, Ludogorets Razgrad with a 3-0 win over Nuremberg from Germany. A big win for them. Back-to-back clean sheets. No, it's not. Big 3-0 win for them heading into. It's got no odds on here, but of course, first leg is in Bulgaria. Going to back the Bulgarians here with, of course, a 2-0 win for them to take it to the second leg. Next, of course, we have Ballkani against FK Žalgiris. Let's take a look at this one now. Ballkani. Where are you? Where are you? There you are, of course, coming at you as well on July the 5th. Ballkani coming out of what we look at Kosovo here. Žalgiris coming out of Lithuania. Now, these two sides, again, never played each other, but coming into this, Ballkani, just one defeat past 4 for them, 67% form, against the Žalgiris side, just one defeat past 6, 83% form, heading into this. Žalgiris have, of course, not lost any of the last 14 away matches, and they're coming to this on the back of a 2-1 win over Helgeman Kaunas, of course, that's, of course, in match number 18 in the top flight over in wherever they are. Of course, where are they from? Žalgiris, of course, Lithuania. Meanwhile, of course, Ballkani from Kosovo coming to us on the back of a 1-0 loss to KF Tiranë as a friendly, of course. So take from that from what you will. I actually got odds on this game, believe it or not, and the odds go in favour of the visitors here. Žalgiris are favoured to win this game. Žalgiris not too far off. It's quite tight. Could go either way. Going to go with a cheeky 1-1 draw in the end. And again, I can't really separate the two sides. Let me know if you can down below. Moving forward, we have the new Saints, not the band, up against Linfield FC in a bit of a British affair. That's right. It's Wales up against Northern Ireland. That's right. Of course, and that'll take place on the 5th of July as well. They never played each other, of course. New Saints, managed by Anthony Limbrick, of course, coming out of Australia, up against Linfield, managed by David Healy, of course, the legend that is, of course, David Healy, scoring a shit ton of goals for Northern Ireland in his playing days. New Saints are coming to the back of a 1 defeated past 6, 83% form, up against the Linfield side, also 1 defeated past 6, 58% form for them. However, drawing a lot of games along the way. Linfield, though, did pick up a 2-1 loss against St Mirren in a friendly. Meanwhile, Lana did also beat the New Saints 2-0 last round, also in a friendly. Again, got odds on this one, believe it or not, and they go with the favoured. The favoured side is the host here, New Saints, for the victory in the first leg. They are favoured on this one. I'm actually going to go with a cheeky win for them as well. And again, 2-1 win means we'll have a game on our hands in the second legs. Next up, of course, we have Lech Poznań coming out of Poland. Next up, of course, up against Qarabağ, who are, of course, over in Azerbaijan. Am I right? Of course I'm fucking right. Lech Poznań coming into this on the back of a 1 win in the last 3, of course, managed by Joe van der Bom from the Dutchlands. Of course, up against Qarabağ, who are unbeaten in the last 6, 90% form heading into this game. They did play Kiel, Holstein Kiel, in the last match, 29 of June. It was a friendly 2-2. It was Lech Poznań with a big 2-1 win over Jalanina, of course, as well. I also have odds on this game going in favour of Lech Poznań. They are favoured to win this one up against Qarabağ in a very, very difficult game. It could go either way, so don't rule, even if the first leg goes in your favour, which in my eyes it doesn't. I've gone with a 0-0 draw. It means we've got an absolutely fantastic tie on our hands in the second leg. So 0-0 draw for me on this one. Shamrock Rovers up against Hibernians. That's right, Shamrock Rovers coming out of Ireland up against Hibernians. Not that one, but the one out of Malta, of course. Now, these two sides had never played each other, but Shamrock Rovers, of course, coming into this, 83% form for me. Just 1 defeat past 6 of them. Up against the Hibernians side, managed by Stefano Sandera. Back-to-back defeats for them, 58% form over the last 6. Of course, those back-to-back defeats, one was in against Gilzur United in, of course, the top flight there over in Malta, and also an FA Trophy semi-final when they lost to Floriana as well. Meanwhile, Shamrock Rovers coming into this on the back of a 1-0 win over Finn Harps. And again, would you add up an even? I've got odds on this one. Of course, Shamrock Rovers with, of course, they are favoured to win this game. Hibernians are your long shots. Of course, the draw's in the middle. I've gone with a comfortable win. 2-0 win in the end for Shamrock Rovers. Can they actually get into the Champions League knockout stages? We'll have to wait and see. But what else do we have here? We have Shkupi up against, of course, Lincoln Red Imps. Of course, Shkupi, Lincoln Red Imps, where are you? Shkupi coming out of Macedonia. Of course, Lincoln Red Imps are Gibraltar. Of course, Lincoln Red Imps did actually make it to the Conference League group stages, or maybe even the Europa League group stages last season. So there ain't no slouches. Shkupi, though, coming into this, just 1 win in the last 6 in all competitions at all venues. Meanwhile, Lincoln Red Imps, 100% form for them. They're actually unbeaten in the last 14 games, and also unbeaten in the last. They've actually got a winning streak of 7 games on the road as well. Wow, we were their last match though on the road. In fact, the last match in general was up against Glasgow United in the top flight over in Gibraltar. Meanwhile, Shkupi did take on Fenerbahce and they drew 2-2 on the bloody road. Got odds on this one as well. Believe it or not, Shkupi are your favourite on this one. Lincoln Red Imps could get themselves a bit of a spanking here. I've gone with a 0-0 draw. Give a bit of hope maybe, and again, as considering that's an away game for Lincoln Red Imps, you might fancy the chances to go a little bit closer as well. Tobyl, Kostanay up against Ferencvárosi, of course, coming out of Hungary. Of course, Tobyl, where are they from? They're from, where the heck are they from? They're from Kosovo, Kazakhstan. Slap me, baby. Tobyl coming to on the back of just 1 defeat past 6 for them, 75% form. Up against the Ferencvárosi side, of course, just 1 defeat past 5, 67% form for them. Of course, Tobyl picking up a 2-2 draw against Tiranë. That's, of course, in the top flight over in Kazakhstan. Ferencvárosi with a big 4-1 win over Karlsruhe from Germany. Of course, in fact, they've scored 7 goals with 1 goal conceded over the last 2 friendlies, including a big win over Ludogorets Razgrad as well. No odds on this one, though, so you're going to have to go with the gut. My guts is a big win for the away side here. 3-1 for them. And again, a little bit closer to the next stage. Moving on forward is HJK Helsinki. Again, this match takes place on the 6th of July up against Rīgas Futbola skola. Of course, coming out of Latvia, I believe. Now, these two sides, of course, played each other. Actually played each other twice. Would you add them and even? Of course, that was, of course, back in 2020. Of course, we'll look at that in a minute. Of course, HJK. Coming to just 1 win and 6 for them, 33% form up against the Rīgas side, who picked up back-to-back wins for them, 58% form, of course. Biggest win for HJK, 2-1 win over Rīgas. Meanwhile, the biggest win the other way was a 2-0 win. And both of those games were friendlies back in 2020, and of course earlier in the calendar year, this year, back in 29th of January. Over in Finland, it was 2-0 for Rīgas as well. Rīgas picking up a 4-0 win over Dudelange in the top flight over in Latvia. Of course, back-to-back clean sheets. In fact, 3 clean sheets on the bounce. No, 2 clean sheets on the bounce for them. Scored 6 goals without return. HJK with a draw against Shkupi over in the top flight over in Finland. Of course, no odds here, but my odds are in my jeans. And my jeans going to go with the win for the host side here. HJK Helsinki with a big W. And of course, moving a little bit closer to the knockout stage. Next, I've got Bodø Glimt. Oh, yes, they're here. Of course, last season's surprise package made it all the way through to the last 16 of the, at least last 16, maybe even quarterfinals of course, the Conference League. Knut Knutsen is, of course, one of the up-and-coming managers. Of course, I won't say up-and-coming, he's a decent age, but one of the managers that could break his way into a bigger club. I was hoping he would be a Blackburn Rovers manager, but he's not. He's here with his boys up against Klaksvík, of course, over in the first leg of the Champions League here, of course. Bodø Glimt coming to just 1 defeat past 5 for them, 67% form up against the Klaksvík side, who are unbeaten in the last 17 games, 92% form though over the last 6, winning 5 of the last 6. They did beat Reykjavík with a big 4-2 win in the top flight. Meanwhile, Bodø Glimt did lose to Odd in the top flight over in Norway. Sorry, scrap that, Norway. So yeah, coming into this, got no odds here, but my odds are in my jeans. I'm going to go back to Bodø Glimt here because we nicked Broughton from them. Of course, their academy or the guru behind the scenes there, so he's now with us. So again, we're going to keep him sweet with the win for them. Next, of course, F91 Dudelange coming out of Luxembourg up against Tiranë. I believe they're out of Albania. Of course, now these two sides will lock horns on the 6th of July. Never played each other, but Dudelange coming to on the back of just 1 defeat on the past 6, 83% form against Tiranë side. Back-to-back defeats for them, 42% form heading into this. Tiranë did lose to Kuski in the top flight over in Albania. Dudelange with a big 3-2 loss to Union Luxembourg in the Luxembourg Cup here in a final back on the 27th of May. Of course, back into the season. Of course, the new season is not here yet. Again, the first leg is in Luxembourg, and of course, I'm back in the Luxembourgies to get a big result here. Again, there ain't no slouches these days. They're, of course, a semi-decent little team that couldn't cause some problems. Next up, we have Zrinjski Mostar against Tiraspol coming out of Georgia. Where are they coming out of? They're coming out of Moldova. Sorry, Zrinjski coming out of Bosnia. Sorry about that. Meanwhile, Mostar coming into the back of 92% form. Unbeaten in the last 6, picking up 5 wins and a draw. Meanwhile, with Tiraspol coming to us on the back of 11-game unbeaten run, 92% form for them, winning 5 of the last 6. Of course, including a win of a Sinterval G, of course, over in the Albanian Cup here, or Moldovan Cup. My geography is all over the place. So yeah, Zrinjski Mostar with a big 2-0 win over Igman as well. In a friendly though, they've been scoring quite a few goals along the way. No odds on this one, of course. The Sheriff, they were good last season. I'm going to back them as well this time around. A 3-1 win for them over Mostar to get themselves again a little bit closer. So maybe those money-making group stages. Next, of course, we have Maribor. Maribor up against Shakhtar Sologorsk. Again, another name that rings a bell. Maribor though, of course, a semi-decent side coming out of Slovenia against Shakhtar Sologorsk, coming out of Belarus. Now, these two sides never played each other, but Maribor coming to this on the back of a winless run of 4 games now, 58% form. However, drawing 3 of the last 4. Meanwhile, Sologorsk coming to this just 1 defeated past 4 for them, 67% form heading into this. They did lose to Belas Zodino, of course, in the top flight over in Belarus in the last match. Meanwhile, Maribor coming into this on the back of a draw against Partizani Tiranë. It was a friendly back in the 29th of June. No odds here, though, guys. Again, taking place on the 7th of July. Going to go with a 2-0 win for Maribor here to take it to the house. In fact, that's on the 6th of July. Sorry about that. 6th of July. And then wrap it up. We do have one game here. Slavian Bratislava against Dinamo Butami. Again, this takes place on the 6th of July. Slavian Bratislava coming out of course, Slovakia. Dinamo Butami coming out of Georgia. Now, they never play each other, but Slavian Bratislava coming to this. Just 1 win in the last 5 for them, 58% form against the Butami side, who are unbeaten in the last 17 games. Goodness me, 92% form for them. They like winning, or they don't like losing. 4-1 win they were, of course, against Tbilisi last time around in the top flight. They could be absolute beasts here. Slavian Bratislava, the big 2-2 draw against Brno. Of course, it was a friendly way back when. Again, the first leg is over in Slovakia. The second leg will be in Georgia. But for me, tight. Going to go with a 5-goal thriller here. 3-2 in the end. A big win for Slavian Bratislava. And, of course, a big win for you guys. That's right. We'll be back, of course, for the second legs whenever they come around. But, of course, make sure you smash your subscribe button, boys, to keep you bang up to date. All things Rovers related, Champions League related, world football, of course, including the World Cup. We are going to switch gears or switch focus over the next few weeks and months for the World Cup. So make sure you stick around for that. I am on the lookout for fans for each and every one of the nations. So if you are a fan of a nation that has qualified, let me know in the comment section, of course, and I'll reach out to you and connect with you. We can have a little chat over Zoom, see what you're talking about, and of course, I'll let you know what I'm planning for the new season. But that is it. Make sure you smash your subscribe. See you soon, of course. But until then, boys and girls, we are done right now.